Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Undergrad Econ Stuff. Today we're going to be discussing a really important topic in microeconomics, which is the budget constraint. So let's get started. So what is a budget constraint? Well, it is a limit, it is a constraint on the number of goods and services that you as a consumer can buy, given two things. So, given the prices of those goods and given your income or the money that you have, your cash endowment. So, now let's take an example to understand this. Suppose you have a budget M of $50. There are two goods available: bananas priced at $1, which we'll note as PB, and apples priced at $2, noted as PA. So, how do we write our budget constraint? How do we write this equation? So the key idea here is that the money that we have equals exactly the money we spend on apples and bananas. So in this case, we'll have 50 equals 2, which is the price of an apple, times the quantity of apples, so QA, plus 1, which is the price of one banana, times the quantity of bananas, which is QB. So we get 50 equals 2QA plus 1QB. Okay, so now how do we draw our budget constraint? How do we visualize this? So to do that, we need to solve for QA or QB. So let's solve for QB. So here we have 50 equals 2QA plus 1QB. We get QB equals 50 minus 2QA. So this is a linear function, something you're probably very familiar with. So this is exactly like your typical y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the intercept. Our y here is basically qb, our slope m is -2, and our intercept b is 50. So, okay, now you may be wondering, what does this slope -2 mean? So that's the opportunity cost. It tells us that for every apple that we buy, we are giving up the chance to buy 2 bananas. So the intercept for the budget constraint is the point where we decide to spend all our money on one good only. So here, if we spend all our $50 in bananas, where each banana costs $1, we'd have 50 bananas and 0 apples. And similarly, if we spend all our $50 in apples, we'd have 25 apples and 0 bananas. So how did I get here? Well, if you divide 50 by the price of apples, which is $2, well, you get 50 divided by 2, which is 25. And there we have it. We have our budget constraint line representing all possible combinations of apples and bananas we can buy with our $50 budget. So remember, this is just a basic example. Real life scenarios can get much more complex, but the principles remain the same. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helped clarify the concept.